Obesity. We hear the word everywhere nowadays, specifically to describe the obesity epidemic taking over America. This graph shows the rising obesity rates in America starting in the 1950s. Since then, the prevalence of obesity has gone up a staggering 27.3%, or 75 million people. But what caused this sudden rise in obesity, and how can we prevent this trend from increasing in the future? During the 1950s, people started moving into suburbs due to the baby boom, post-war prosperity, and a desire to move to safer environments away from cities. This promoted the sale of automotive vehicles, as they were needed to commute from schools, groceries, and work, because they were all farther away, and in turn, walking became less common. Both of these factors accelerated the rise of the fast food industry, led by McDonald's, who appealed to the growing car culture and busy families. These fast food places all offered super cheap, high-calorie meals with big portion sizes, and food that the human brain naturally craves.
The obesity epidemic started around in 1970s when there is a big change in American diet, consuming food rich in fat, sugars, and salt. So that's when the obesity epidemic started.
Fast forward to today, obesity rates are at about 37%, and a large part of it is the trillion-dollar industry of fast food.
Let's say you don't have a vehicle, so you can't afford a car. You have to take a bus or the metro or light rail, depending on where you live, to a grocery store that might be far away. It's going to be difficult for your parents to go out to that, go grocery shopping, come back, and then cook you a nice, healthy meal. Then they might not have the money. They've already budgeted to only ride the transportation for a certain amount of times a month. Or they also might not have enough to go to a healthy grocery store that provides fresh vegetables and protein. And so that makes it really difficult for a family to provide for their children or for themselves. And so they choose the cheaper option, which fills your tummy or your belly at that moment, but it leaves you with a diet that's not nutritious or healthy.
So what happens when you eat exclusively fast food? In 2004, a director named Morgan Spurlock directed Super Size Me, a documentary where he would eat at exclusively McDonald's for 30 days straight, and the results were more shocking than you would expect. In just 30 days, he gained 24.5 pounds, his liver turned to fat, his cholesterol shot up 65 points, his body fat percentage went from 11 to 18, which was still under the national average for men and women at that time at 22 and 30% respectively. He doubled his risk for coronary heart disease and doubled his risk for heart failure. He felt depressed and exhausted, and he had frequent mood swings. Although this documentary is obviously an exaggeration of the average diet, it shows a dangerous side of the fast food industry and how they accelerate the growth of obesity, as shown in this graph, which compares the growth of obesity with the growth of the pioneers of the fast food industry, McDonald's. Now that we know that this is a problem, how can we fix it? One solution that has caused obesity to go down by 6% in the past year is GLPs, or glucagon-like peptide 1, the most common of which has been Ozempic. But even though they may seem like miracle drugs, everything has its downsides. For example, their price.
Yeah, they are very expensive. So currently in US, they are only prescribed to limited patient population. So they should have a BMI of over 30. So those are the people who really need it.
Additionally, scientists at Harvard have concluded that side effects can include nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, constipation, abdominal discomfort, and even gastroparesis, where the stomach stops emptying. A better and more sustainable solution would be to try to alter your lifestyle choices instead. For example, cooking homemade meals to suppress cravings for fast food, or choosing grilled options instead of fried ones, balancing your protein and carbohydrate intake, and loading up on vegetables. So the next time you think about going to McDonald's, Wingstop, In-N-Out, or Popeyes, ask yourself, is there a more nutritious alternative I can enjoy?